Welcome to Attitude, a relationship podcast about love, friendships, and everything in between. Hello and welcome to Attitude with Anna Burr. I'm here with Randy. Randy is the host of Cases of Color. So she's been on the pod before. She was the episode that we talked about that you're not invited to the cookout. Also, we talked about selling Sunset on my Patreon. If you would like to check out my Patreon, it is at patreon.com/AttitudePod. So Randy is here. Because we need to discuss a few things. So the first thing we're going to talk about is True Kitchen and Cocktails with a K.
Oh, God.
So I
with
know
all
this,
the Ks.
with all the Ks, which is truly a sign of, do you need a restaurant license if you are spelling things with a K when they need a C?
Jesus.
So we are going to talk about what happened at that restaurant. So I know this has been discussed on various podcasts, but you haven't heard it from me and you haven't heard from Randy. So it's different. So basically the video went viral. In the video, the restaurant owner is shown yelling and berating the guest and saying, guests, plural, that there is no twerking allowed in the restaurant, no twerking on his furniture, and if women can't respect themselves, then how can he expect men to respect women? And he doesn't need your money, get the fuck out. And we created a space for Black people, a nice space for our people, and we can't have anything basically, and get the fuck out. I don't need your money. So
what a class act.
Yeah, what a class act. So Randy, how do you feel about the video?
You know, I will say this, there's random thought. I do miss a time where there weren't cell phones.
Yes.
Because like shit just happened and you just heard about it.
Through
but
the grapevine, yeah.
I am also glad that we have cell phones so we can read people doing the fuckery.
Yes.
All times.
Yes.
And my thoughts on the video is don't have a fucking DJ and don't be playing shit like throw that ass in a circle. If you don't want people to throw that ass in, because if I hear throw that ass in a circle, whether I'm at
following
church,
directions.
Yeah, the Walmart, the Kroger, the Target, I'm throwing my ass in a circle. I don't care. So it just didn't make no sense. He set a vibe or an environment and then got mad at people acting accordingly in the vibe that he set up. The environment set up. I did not understand that. No,
I didn't either, because my thing is, if you don't want people to dance, don't play music that people can dance to, especially music that you only hear at the club. So you can play like top 40. I hear that in Ross, and like sometimes I'll like be silly and dance, but don't play songs that it's going to get the crowd like riled up. Now that's not to say that you should just get on people's furniture and start dancing and messing up the furniture, because yes, that's a liability. What if she would have fell? She could have sued the restaurant, whatever. But don't play music where that's even a possibility, especially in the middle of the day at brunch when people are literally there to turn up.
Listen, in their Chelsea boots, okay?
Yes, so, in the Chelsea boots and the brunch hats. So the brunch hats.
Yes.
So that's where I have an issue. Is like, I understand why he doesn't want people dancing on his furniture because it's probably pricey, but then don't give any indication that dancing is allowed by having a DJ and having music that you hear at a club playing. Like you could play Maroon 5, you could play, 90s R&B and just, set the vibe that way. But the vibes should match the rules. And if I hear throw that ass in a circle, if I hear WAP, if I hear body, I'm assuming that we're allowed to dance. That's what my
thank you.
And if you don't want that to happen,
that's what that is.
Yeah, that's dance music. And if you don't want that to happen, then you better play some piano music. You better play some smooth jazz. You better get Kenny G in there and toot that horn. But if you're playing throw that ass in a circle, I'm going to toot my ass up. So
play that Michael McDonald greatest hits and call it a day. Okay.
Not Michael McDonald, not the easy listening, the easy listening king. Oh my gosh. I just got like a Michael McDonald flashbacks of those infomercials that used to come on at midnight. Do you know what I'm talking about? With the one,
I always think of yes,
the one Michael
CD.
Buy the CD, the R&B hits of our time. Tell me how am I supposed to? And then you'd like, oh, it's time for bed. I gotta go to bed. But
I keep forgetting anymore. It's like that. Whoo, Lord.
Yes, and I was like, I'm gonna buy that CD, and I'm like, well, I'm 12. Like, obviously, I don't have a credit card, so why am I thinking about buying the CD just because Michael Bolton's screaming?
Listen,
anyway,
such a good time.
Good times, but I knew it was time. And now, yeah. So kids don't know anything about infomercials. They don't know the struggle we went through. So I also don't understand why this man, back to True Kitchen and Cocktails with 2Ks.
Listen.
Why didn't he just address the table that was causing the scene or causing the incident? Like, you can go up to them privately. And I guess there was a video that he put out that showed like he was talking to the table that was twerking. And I guess it was 2 tables or something, like whatever. Mm-hmm. Well, if they don't listen to you the first time, that's the warning. And the second time you kick them out. Period.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
Yeah, it's your restaurant. Your
Tell
rules.
them to get the fuck out.
Yeah, not the whole restaurant, because I'm a teacher. That reminded me of, teachers who yell at the whole class for one student, and everybody's just like, what's this bitch going off on me for? I'm doing my work. You better get that kid with the silver teeth, the one that's really acting out, not me. Send him to the principal. Don't yell at me.
The silver teeth.
So I was irritated at that because I hate teachers who do that. And I know that feeling of, why am I getting in trouble? This has nothing to do with me. And some people didn't even know what was going on. They're just like, I'm eating my grits and chicken legs. Like, I don't need you to be yelling at me when I'm trying to enjoy my Douce cocktail, which is another. This man serves cocktails, slushies in old Douce bottles. So I know for a fact people are drinking, they're drunk. Brunch is a time. There's specific brunches. Like, if you don't want to turn up at brunch, you go to Chili's or you go to, a calm cafe or whatever. But if you want your brunch spot to be, where people are attracted to, you serve alcohol, and alcohol causes people to, act differently than they would normally. And sometimes alcohol makes people dance. So you have to figure out what your vibe is. And if your vibe isn't the club, and if your vibe isn't twerking, then you better act like Denny's and play only Michael McDonald over your speakers. So
thank you.
Period.
Play a little bitch ass Apple Music, your best of 2020 playlist, and don't have a fucking DJ. Because a DJ also tells me to turn the fuck up. Yeah,
he's reading the room. So my thing is, like, the DJ knew like what was going to happen after he played that song. He knew. So
exactly.
That's another thing, is like, speak to your DJ. Like, hey, can you play, Justin Bieber, like something like that? I just don't understand why he had to berate the whole restaurant. That was crazy. So, in another, token is that a lot of people came to his defense, which I assume that would happen, but I didn't understand, like, also the sexism and misogyny that was included in that speech, because what did that have to do with women respecting themselves? What? Because I dance and I twerk, that means I don't respect myself? Like, how does that even go together? What are you trying to say? Like, that's like when people are like, oh, she shouldn't have been wearing that, that's why she got assaulted. Like, no.
Yes.
That's on the men. Like,
it's this hypersexualization of Black women as well, that whenever we move our bodies in any way, it's a form of us not respecting ourselves.
Yeah, because I've been at brunch where it wasn't like a dance vibe, and I've seen like Caucasian women like going crazy over fucking Train and Meghan Trainor and I don't even know, like Gavin DeGraw. I've seen them go like play a Taylor Swift song. I bet they're gonna get up and just go insane, like start punching each other. And I don't ever see people speak to like a group of like crazy people who are like turned up white people. It's always black people. They're like, stop doing that, you're gonna kill somebody, or stop doing that, so you're gonna hurt something, or stop doing that, you're gonna get assaulted. And it's like, how is that even correct?
Stop policing me.
Stop policing me.
And if I am in a space where you're saying you created a space for me, then it should be a safe space for me.
Yeah, exactly. And we should be able to act however we want within reason,
of course,
without judgment, because we already get that from going to white spaces. So what's the point of even open up this restaurant if you're going to have the same restrictions and the same judgments as these white restaurants and white clubs and white whatever? So, and I hate the word classy, because that is like a dog whistle of like, classy is associated with like whiteness
and elitism.
Yes. And it's like, what is classy? Like, I have heard that like, oh, she dresses classy, or he acts classy. And it's like, well, what is classy exactly? Like, what kind of status does that align with? Is it white status, black status? No, I only hear it assimilated with like white culture.
Exactly.
And I always feel like it's derogatory when it's directed at black people. Like, if people say, oh, you're so classy, I'm like, well, what did you expect? Like, me to be like, what, ratchet?
Yeah.
So,
or like, you're well, that is, when people say that to me, I don't like that shit.
Yeah. See,
it's like you expected me not to be.
Yeah. I've gotten past that, because I'm like, well, I'm going to take that as, because we need to take that power back, because people associate being well-spoken with whiteness also.
Yeah.
But that one, I can take the power back and say, look at how many educated black people there are. You know what I'm saying? There's more than there was what people thought there was before, they're, in the forefront, So that one doesn't bother me, because I'm like, duh, bitch. Like, I know how to read. Like, so... that one, I'm just like, whatever, you're dumb. But the classy is where I have a problem, because there's no definition of classy truly that is relevant to our generation. And it's rooted in misogyny and sexism and racism. So classy is just a fucked up word. Like, don't call me that. So anyway, a lot of people were supporting this man, which I understand. Like, people are like, oh, he's a business owner, blah, blah, blah. But my thing is, who is he trying to get support from? Is he trying to get support from people who assimilate to whiteness? Or is he trying to get support from the black culture, which he said he created the safe space for? Okay. So I don't know. I'm just very TBD on this man. I feel like he should not be in business as a restaurant owner, because you're in it for the wrong reasons. And if you're trying to do this whole, like, I am trying to make a classy place for who then? For who?
Thank you.
Because it's not for black people if you're talking to black people like that. So anyway, so also in that same token, I have a problem with how, I don't know how, and I'm mad at those people for not getting up and leaving. That he said, get the fuck out, I don't need your money. I'm like, okay, then bye.
Okay, look.
Listen, I'm trying to eat my brioche French toast, and you're over here bumping your gums at me like you're my parent. Bye.
Get the fuck out. Well, bitch, bye.
Bye. But also, I feel like a lot of people have basically, oh my God, my cat, basically ruined, like any kind of grace for like black businesses, which this one doesn't deserve. But it's also, we are harder on our people in business than we are white people. When these white corporations do things that are much worse, And they just aren't recorded and they aren't put on the shade room. So like, when people have businesses that are like on Etsy, small businesses, and people get upset that they don't have like Jeff Bezos like shipping time or the workers to create the product within 2 days.
Thank you.
Then people start leaving bad reviews, saying this is why Black people can't have businesses, and you lost my support. I'm gonna go shop at Target. Well, then go shop at Target. Then
thank you. Take your
leave them alone.
That shit.
Yeah, leave small businesses alone, and don't be more harsh to them than you would be to these white corporations. Is also an issue. So do you agree?
I'm sick of seeing that shit. Honestly, I completely agree with you. Because this is why I don't shop with Black business. But you literally just complained about them people at Target profiling you, and you'll literally pass back there in less than 7 days time of you making a post about the shit. Yeah, you would completely write off a Black business for, like you just said, not getting the shit to you as quick as Amazon Prime or whatever the case may be. Not acknowledging that this business is starting from the ground up. They probably don't have a team. They probably are the fucking team.
Yeah.
And here you are giving them a harder time. Give these companies or restaurants that fuck your order up, restaurants that stay fucking your order up, giving you the wrong drink, leaving a whole damn entree at the damn restaurant, shit on your shit that you even asked for when you were very specific, when you confirmed it on the damn, and you will still take your ass right back. But you can't give that same grace to the Black businesses. That's not okay.
It's not okay. Okay. It's not okay. So I feel with small business, especially, like, people love to call them out on Twitter and say, don't shop here. They never responded to my email about shipping time. Then come to find out they ordered it like 5 hours ago. And it's like, calm down. Like, this is not Fashion Nova. This isn't fast fashion. We don't have little kids in Cambodia sewing your pants together. Somebody is hand making this.
Fashion Nova, text me one more fucking time.
I want a cease and desist sent to Fashion Nova. I haven't bought anything from Fashion Nova in a year and a half or so because I finally had to come to Jesus with myself. I'm like, these clothes are trash. You wash them twice, and next thing you know, there's a hole in your ass. But also, it just never looks as good as it does on the website because it's fast fashion. Yeah. It's not meant for, everyday wear. It's meant to be on the, big hip, big booty model, not me.
Person. But, okay.
So anyway, but I don't understand. They literally are stalking my entire life, like my emails. As soon as we got that stimulus check, I was like, you son of a bitches. They're like, I know you got that stimmy, bitch. We got this stimmy package. Spend it over here. Like, what? I'm trying to pay my mortgage. Like,
bitch, I need rice and beans, bitch.
Like, my family is dying. And you want me to buy a corset? Like, So anyway, Fashion Nova, please stop sending me texts. I'm not going to buy anything. I don't care if it's 150% off. Cause like literally every time they're like 99% off, I'm like, are you guys okay? Like, why is it 99% off? Like, what is happening? Are you guys going out of business or what? So anyway, Fashion Nova, please leave me alone. Same with Joe Biden. Oh my God. Joe, I love you.
Joseph.
But every day is like, I need $25 from my constituent. I'm like, I need $25. Like, we got $1,200 almost a year ago. I need money, Joe. Don't ask me for money. I can't help you, honey.
Thank you.
I can't help you. So
he shows up January 20th by the 31st.
Yeah.
See them direct deposit screenshots.
I better see something in my inbox. And also, sorry, I just got to talk about these. You just brought up.
We talk about whatever, man.
Yeah, no, I just need to get this out because like I don't have anybody really to talk to in my house besides my pets. But Bernie Sanders is like every day, I am asking you and I'm like, Bernie, Like, whoever is sending out these mass emails, you're scaring me. It's like, it's a little too late. And I'm like, I just woke up. What is it a little too late for? Or,
Listen,
you know, it's the last day for justice. And I'm like, oh my God, like, please.
Like is shit about to turn into Handmaid's Tale? Because your sense of urgency in these messages is troubling.
I'm so scared. Fashion Nova, Joe Biden, and Bernie Sanders, please leave me alone.
Stop it. Please get the fuck.
Get the absolute fuck ASAP. Anyway, back to businesses. Okay, so we were talking about small businesses. Also, I feel as if people assume Black people's like business advice or business intellect and, you know, their perspective, they think it's for free. Because I have a friend, he owns a sneaker shop here. Shout out Legend Phoenix, legendphoenix.com. Get your sneakers from there. But he mentioned that, you know, people will come in and ask him, like, how did you start your business? And it's just like, truly, like a Tim Allen, like, why are you asking somebody how they started their business when they're not like giving a class or facilitating like a workshop? Like, and you can't ask people how they started their business because that would take their business away. Like, it just doesn't make sense. You wouldn't go up to Bill Gates and be like, how did you start your business? Okay, first of all, back it up. Are you passionate about what you're asking about, or do you think it's just easy for you to do this because you see this person being successful and this person making it? Do you think there's no work that they put in and they just got everything handed to them and somebody came up to them and said, hey, this is how you start your business, that you need this and this? And yeah, so I think that's wrong, that, you know, especially people of color and Black people, we need to realize like ain't nothing for free. And also Google is your friend.
Come on.
And
listen, my favorite quote, Google is free and Google ain't me.
Yes, okay? There we go. I need that on a shirt.
I got you, because I got my Cricut. I've unpacked my Cricut.
Yes, so please. I need that. So I love that. That's a beautiful saying. It's true. Like, why are you asking me how I did this if you're not going to like compensate me for my time that it would take for me to show you how to do this? So that leads me into our next topic, which is podcasting.
Yes.
So Randy, like I said, she is the host of Cases of Color. Randy, do you feel this where people always ask you, how do you start your podcast, and can you show me what to do to start a podcast?
Yes, like all the time. And it's crazy because it's not even that I don't like helping people. Like, you know me, when I fuck with you, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Yes. Like, I can be an asshole, but if I fuck with you, I will move heaven and earth for you. Like, it doesn't matter. So I just feel like you will watch your friends and the people around you. They will share posts of people they don't fucking know, share inspiration from celebrities who would never acknowledge them, blink an eye at them. But they're your shit. They don't listen to your shit. But then when they have an idea and they want to get put on, all of a sudden they want you to be the go-to. They'll send hundreds of dollars to people like fucking Dana Chanel, old scamming ass, and other people like that to sit in these fucking workshops that are nothing but inspirational teaching and some fucking PDFs made in Canva, right? But they Canva. Will not. Yes, Canva. And I fuck with Canva. That's how I make my damn podcast covers. So I ain't hating on Canva. I am a subscriber. However, comma.
Yes.
Okay. I say all that to say, these same people know you personally and will not compensate you for genuine information that has yielded you the result you're trying to achieve.
Yes.
And I just can't, if you're a friend, I want to compensate you because I know you personally. Friends, I bought shit from them that I don't use, but I fuck with them. So I'm going to support them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. No, I totally agree. I have gotten this question a lot since I started a podcast in April, and I've always wanted to start a podcast like years ago. I wanted to start one, but I just didn't know what I wanted to talk about. And when I started this podcast in April, I didn't really have that many listeners, and I did it for myself. And I wanted to start a podcast for years, but I just didn't know what I wanted to talk about or what my format would be. But I started one because COVID, I was like, I'm not making excuses anymore. I'm just going to start it, and I'll figure it out as I go, which I did. And I looked up a lot of YouTube videos. I researched, which is the key word, everybody, research. I researched what it takes to like make a podcast and how to edit one. And luckily I have the best editor ever. Mimosa Productions, everybody. If you need an editor, hit them up. Mimosa. I'll put it in the show notes. Anyway, I got a lot of people asking, oh, so how do you start a podcast? And what equipment do you use? And how do you get people to listen? And the first thing I always say when people ask that, why do you want to start a podcast? Oh, because I think it would be, a good way to make like money. And I'm like, honey, you do not make money off a podcast. Those days are done. If you didn't get in like in the early aughts, like you're not going to make money because there's so many podcasts out there. There's now like the corporations taking over, like Spotify and Apple are, buying up all these like smaller podcasting networks, etc. Anyway, you're not going to make a dime. Like I think I made this whole time I've been podcasting $40, and
okay.
That's enough. Like I didn't do it for the money. I'm not doing it for the fame. I'm doing it because I just like to talk, and I like to talk shit, and I want to talk to my friends. And I've met some great people along the way, but it's like, you can ask me how to do something that you're not truly going to be invested in, because I'm just going to be wasting my breath and my time. So if you want to do something, you need to research, and then if you need help, then I will help you. But you just can't just like ask me how to create something that you're not passionate about, because I'm not going to waste my time to show you. And it's not that hard to start a podcast. What's hard is to keep doing it consistently, and have content that people want to listen to, and growing your audience. That's the hard part. The starting it and buying the equipment is not hard. As long as you have a computer and a microphone and some headphones, you got a podcast. However, keeping an audience and growing an audience is the work that you have to put in, that people are not ready to do. And so Randy, so Randy, I just want to shout her out. Amazing, talented, icon, legend. Started a podcast, and she is now number 41 in true crime, which is truly amazing, because literally there's so many true crime podcasts, but she's doing like authentic work that is, there are cases about people of color that are addressed. Like usually we have the Ted Bundys, we have the Zodiac Killer, we have the Golden State Killer, all that shit. Randy is doing cases that are, about people that aren't usually talked about. But Randy is now 41 out of all these podcasts. And how hard is that to, like you have to be engaged into your podcast and your audience, obviously.
It's crazy because when I saw that number, I was shook. And to see that also at some point in time this year, I believe it was June, I was number 5, is also fucking nuts.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
I only put out 10 episodes this year, because this year was a crazy ass year. It was nuts for me. Like I was in training, me and my family relocated, mental health, all types of shit. I only put out 10 episodes this year. That's it. And still managed to do the numbers that I did. And it's just like what you said, when you build an audience, when people actually fuck with you, they will wait for your shit to drop. But I can't tell you how many people were like, if you don't drop until next year, that's fine. Like, we fuck with you. Like, people literally send me messages like, whenever you ready to drop it, but it ain't like we going nowhere. I still get followers on Instagram every single day, followers on Twitter every day, listens going up every single day. It's because you have to really make shit that you give a fuck about, and people will know if you are half-assing your content.
Oh, absolutely.
They are going to be aware that you're half-assing your content. You can't fake that.
You can't fake authenticity.
So you really just got to put in the work. And again, hell no. Yes. Tell them.
Yeah, you can't fake authenticity.
You can't fake that shit.
No, you can't fake authenticity. And you also can't fake having passion about something. And I just like, my passion is talking shit. So like, but I talk, but I also am very interested in interviewing people of different walks of life. I've met a lot of people on, Instagram and Twitter that have been on my podcast. But a lot of people aren't comfortable with reaching out to strangers. I, however, do not give a fuck, and I will literally talk to a brick wall and I will make a conversation. Like, I will talk to somebody I don't know and we'll have a good time. So it's just a lot of work. And then I don't think people understand, but you can't just ask people.
This is why I love you.
Yeah. You can't ask people about something that you don't care about, because you're wasting everybody's time, including your own. So I don't mind helping people, but do some research and actually care about, what you're about to do or what you think you're about to do. So that's all I got to say about that. But yes.
I completely agree. And I just feel like if you're willing to invest in a complete.
So yeah.
In other people investing in friends.
Yes. Yeah. So if you're.
Sorry.
Yeah, you need to invest in other people and your friends, like you were saying. And I just, and I feel like people don't do that for their friends. They just assume that they can get like, free merch, or you can tell me like your secrets about your podcast and how you started, blah, 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 blah. But you just have to be a supporter, a true supporter. And supporting means also not wasting people's time. Yep. So yes. So Randy, do you have any last thoughts about, business, small businesses, True Kitchen and Cocktails? Are we going to go there? Let's make a reservation.
You know what? No, I'm from Dallas. I'm never going. There's better places to brunch.
Yeah, I heard that place also has like hours of waiting, like you can't make a reservation online. Yeah, it's an absolute no. And also, hold on, back up. I meant to bring this up too. Why was everybody there and there's a fucking pandemic with no mask on and not social distancing?
Listen, if y'all ain't heard, the pandemic is not over. The pandemic is still on. Okay,
it's still here, and that's
still on and popping. She's still here.
Yeah, she said Rona is not letting up. Like, she's here for the long haul, and that's a whole nother topic, because I could also go into people who think they're getting microchipped by Bill Gates, which I'm like, bitch, you are carrying around a microchip that has your location. It's called your cell phone, you dummy.
It's like, no one cares about you, bitch.
Nobody cares that you are at home watching reruns of How to Get Away with Murder. Like, calm your ass. So anyway, Randy, before we go, I love to ask my guests, I don't know if I've asked you this before, but what is your favorite Britney Spears song?
So you have asked me this song. This my stupid ass.
What? You said question. Lucky. You liked Lucky.
Yes,
correct? Yes.
I do.
Okay, now we got to move on to the next artist, since you've been on here before, and I've already asked you. NSYNC, your favorite NSYNC song?
So No Strings Attached, probably like my favorite NSYNC album.
Bangers on bangers.
Yes.
Kids don't know about
go with
that.
Gone. They don't fucking know.
Girl,
I'm gonna go with Gone.
Gone. You're gone. Yes. Oh God, I am
an era.
True Kings. true Caucasian kings. Love them.
Oh my God.
Kids don't know anything about actual boy bands. They had One Direction flop. They have BTS. Boo. I don't care. NSYNC was just on a whole nother level. Like, sorry, Jennifer. We had the best time to be teens. So
they were cute. They were talented. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I fuck with Gone. My favorite NSYNC song is Girlfriend.
Would you be my girlfriend? I'll treat you good.
Whatever the fuck he said.
With the remix with Nelly, which I'm like, oh! Yes. Oh, what a great. I'm going to listen to that when we get off of here. So, Randy, yes, I'm going to just start jamming out to, I'm about to clean my whole house to that album. Randy, so we're going to do a crossover episode after the holidays. We're going to do a true crime / attitude mix with Cases of Color, but tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
So at Cases of Color on Twitter and Instagram, you can find the podcast Cases of Color by Randy Johnson. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple, it's on SoundCloud. So anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can find it. And I love interacting on Instagram and Twitter. So if you at me, I will at you back. Just don't say no crazy shit, okay?
So yes, Randy is we're going to do a crossover episode soon after the holidays. So be on the lookout for that. And if it's day night, wherever you are, have a good one. Bye.